Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hand of Fate. I'm Nai.
Hey, Mako, we're still going.
Oh no, Field of Poppies happened. Let's see, anything I care about? Lizard Dome, maybe. Rocksfall I don't want, Ambush I don't want, Devil's Carnival don't want. Don't want. Okay, so I just want to leave as soon as possible. There's nothing good on this floor. Ah, great, Devil's Carnival. Okay. Yeah. Things. Stuff. Woo. Okay, I'll go for that. That's a good answer. So, Mako, I've been reading a lot of Isaac Asimov lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Foundation books or one of the other ones?
So this is the thing. I'm Mako. I'm guessing because I don't think you have much interest in the game. I'm guessing you haven't been following the Isaac series all that much.
The Binding of Isaac series?
Yeah, mine.
I look into it from time to time, but Isaac is one of those games that just never really caught my attention.
A gold pain card. Interesting.
Ooh, that sounds bad.
Oh no, I lost 50% of my gold. Oh no. So the reason why I asked is that, I've been talking a lot as of late about... Yeah, we're just going to leave. I've been talking a lot as of late about, the fact that I'm reading a ton of books. I'm just kind of chain reading whatever I can get my hands on. So, for example, I read, Oh, no! We lost a blessing! And it was a high constitution. That sucks. So, I read through straight all the Harry Potter books. Then I read through a number of other series. Read through all of Terry Pratchett, so on and so forth. So I went for a while. So now I'm on Isaac Asimov. So I read the entirety of all of the Foundation entire series, which was interesting because there was one book in the Foundation series that I had never read until now, and now I've read it. So I've
that?
The final one, Foundation and Earth.
Ah, okay.
So, what I'm finding interesting is I'm reading through now the Robots series. So, iRobot, of course, which I've read multiple times. What was the next one? It's iRobot, Caves of Steel. Then it's... What is... Crap, what's the next one? Crap, I can't remember.
It's so long, I can't remember what they are.
It's Caves of Steel. What's after Caves of Steel? I can't remember and I can't look right now. Actually, yes, I can, because I don't have to actually look at the screen to do this. The Naked Sun, and now Robots of the Dawn. And first of all, I love Asimov, but I'm actually starting to be a little bit upset with him.
Okay.
Because, number one, his previous books are referring back to his new books. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, the other way around. The new books refer to the previous books. So, for example, I'm reading Robots of the Dawn, and I don't know... So understand, I don't know which came first, but I believe Foundation came before this one. Like, in his publishing order. Though, don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But one character in Robots of the Dawn goes, he's a roboticist. So naturally, he's talking about how he can, he knows the mathematics behind robots and he can understand how robots think, but he can't do the same for humans. And I'm like, oh God, please don't tell me he's about to do this. And then he goes, I wish I could make or understand the laws of humanics. I've often thought about making such a study. I would call it psychohistory. And I went, you didn't. And he actually references in this conversation the term psychohistory 2 more times. Now, if you have not read the Foundation series, for those of you listening along at home, psychohistory is the entire point of the Foundation series, and it's one of Asimov's bigger series. Like, it's iRobot and Foundation are the 2 huge ones for him. And the Foundation series is entirely based around the concept of psychohistory, which is a mathematical study of studying very large amount of humans using basically predictable laws. Basically, as I just described in the laws of humanics, you know that large groups of people will respond to certain stimuli in certain ways. It's kind of like physics and following along with electrons and other, other small matter.
The whole conceit was that by using this, he he believed at least that he could accurately predict humanity's course of action
Yeah.
for the next couple thousand years at least.
Yeah, well, it was the first 1,000 years was the idea. So, and so the entire Foundation series is based on that concept that you could do that. So the fact that other books reference this, and keep in mind, the Foundation series in storyline. Now, keep in mind, not these Isaac's universe, like Asimov's universe, is not necessarily all the same universe. Like, some things directly contradict each other, but generally you can generally assume that most of this stuff happens in the same universe. So, for example, the main robot from okay, so let me just say this real quick. If you intend to read Asimov and you haven't so far, what I'm about to say is going to be a gigantic spoiler, and you probably shouldn't listen to it. I'm going to give you like 10 seconds to not listen.
Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
Yeah, like this is going to be a big spoiler. Okay, I did
warning.
warn you. So, the robot from Caves of Steel,
R. Daniel
Oliva, is also the robot from the Foundation prequel, which is called Prelude to Foundation. He is also the robot from Foundation and Earth. This same robot, exists through all of it. He ties together the entire series. Now, what's interesting is that iRobot, the original, takes place in about 1999 or thereabouts. So it's not exact. That's the general idea. Now, keep in mind, of course, this series of books was written in like the 70s. So obviously this stuff is not... Oh, I should buy food. Obviously this is not necessarily going to be true. But that's when that's supposed to take place. Caves of Steel, which is the next one up, takes place an undetermined amount of time, but several hundred years later. So enough time for humanity to colonize 50 other planets, and for those planets to have been colonized for at least 300 years, and for them to learn to hate humanity. So it's a fair amount of time later. This is also enough time for humans to grow afraid of the outdoors and to build domes they live under. So, again, a fair amount of time later.
Okay.
So, cool, I got a huge hammer. Okay, so some thousands of years later, indeterminate because in the series they don't know how long later. Some several thousand years later is the rise of the Galactic Empire. We don't know how much longer, but some long time. Some 12,000 years after that is the fall of the Galactic Empire, which is when Foundation starts. And some 600 years after that is when Foundation and Earth takes place. We are talking a very large amount of time. So can... Okay, wait, I'm just... Maker, did you see that?
Ladderscape.
Look on the Queen of Skulls, left-hand side. Did you see a completely blank card?
I did.
Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me. So, what we have is... Oh, actually, I think... Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. Prior to the Galactic Empire turning into the Empire, it was the Trantor Kingdom, which lasted for some 8,000 years. So, we're talking at least 20,000 years after the events of the book I am reading is when psychohistory is created. And it is a mathematics that no one hitherto has successfully made. So why the fuck am I reading about someone who understands enough to know that he could make it?
As pleases you.
It's
like this is that's what's annoying me. It feels like grandstanding. You know what I mean?
I hope that is the
hey, I did a thing.
Yeah, it's, hey, this is a book that I created. It's a really good book. You should enjoy it. And I'm going to reference it. Now, what I do like, I'm going to say this, because I don't want it to come across as I don't like Asimov. I love Asimov. I love his books. He has a lot of very cool ideas. And you also got to understand, the time period. These books were made a long damn time ago. If you guys give me a second, I'll even get you the original publishing date. So I understand. Let's see, what do we got here? Don't any back. Go on the bottom. Let's see. Naked Sun. We'll take 3 gold. I'll take 3 gold. Go to...
I was going to say, I have a series I can recommend to you if you want another sci-fi eventually.
We're getting there. Hold on. Go to beginning. Okay, hold on. Publishing date. So this book was originally published in 1956. That is a very long time ago.
Yep.
So, and a lot of these ideas were... I don't know why I did that, but we're going to go with it. A lot of these ideas were extraordinarily original back in the day. So I understand that. But it's just one of those, like... It feels like conceit. This was a really good idea of mine, therefore. Uh-oh. Ouch. Also ouch. Also ouch. So I understand the conceit. I understand, but it just it's the raw feeling of you're bragging and you probably shouldn't be. Because it ruins my suspension of disbelief over what we're talking about. But I understand, what I can live with is I can live with the concept of R. Daneel Olivaw living 20,000 years. I actually like that idea. Because it makes this awesome, continuous chronology. It allows me to enjoy this as one very large universe, as opposed to being a bunch of different books that don't fit. It's one of the reasons why I really enjoy Larry Niven, because he has kind of the same thing going on.
Ringworld, I want to say?
Ringworld, the In Space series, A Mote in God's Eye, the list goes on.
I know, I'm just I know of him, but he's one of the ones he's one of the few, actually, I haven't read very much of.
Yeah, go read that and don't talk to me again until you have. Because it's seriously good.
Well, I have my own, set of really odd sci-fi books.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. It's not... What's weirding me out by this book is not only the fact that there are these weird anachronisms that don't seem like they should fit. What's also getting to me is how much... how sex-focused Asimov gets sometimes.
Yeah, you were not the first person to actually say that.
Because you gotta understand, guys, that I don't know about any of you, but in general, most of the books I read and most of the media that I consume, sex is not a major focus. It comes up, but it's more of a glance... I lost a blessing, what'd I lose? Oh, man, I lost Guardian Angel. Damn. Hi, give me a song. Here, half my gold. Bye. Okay, Hanged Man, I'm gonna get a blessing and a curse. This could hurt. I got Lizard Eater, that's good. Haunted is okay. Most of the books I read, they aren't very sex-focused. Sex happens, but... Oh, why'd I do that? Sex happens, but it happens in a, this is a thing that occurs. Characters talk about it kind of in a very natural way, but that's it. There's just this, hey, sex is a thing that happens. It does? Great. Let's talk about it. Okay, we're done. Sometimes it builds up, it builds character, things like that, but it's not a major focus. Asimov goes off on it. In the one I'm reading, Robots of the Dawn, one of the characters just did... Again, this is a 70-year-old book. I'm sorry if there's spoilers. I make no apologies otherwise. But one character just did a, 5-page monologue about how on her planet sex is never talked about and almost never done. On the new planet she's on, Sex is done all the time, but there's no pleasure in it. And she goes on about how she feels that she must have gotten an orgasm just from touching a guy. From just touching his cheek. And I'd be able to, like, put this off if it was not for the fact that there's a section in the Foundation series about how, they go on and on about how this old character, who's implied to be like 70, 80, old, is... Did I just lose my ring of... Yes, I did, okay. How this maybe 80-year-old man is in a relationship with this 20 to 30-year-old girl, and they play up in one section that she's a prostitute for him, and she's the ship's whore. And then they also go on about how one character is a, later on in the Foundation Earth series, one character is a hermaphrodite, which is completely, like, messing with the head of the main character. He can't handle it, and he brings it up over and over and over. This comes up all the time in his books. And it feels weird that he brings it up so much, just because he brings it up so much. And people wax philosophic, not about, hey, I want to do it, not about, hey, you're really... Oh, crap. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, dear. Did you just get smote?
No, there's Call for the Priest up there. I got Skin Rash, but I can get rid of it. That's the one that drops the pain deck every 4 steps.
Okay. A similar series that doesn't quite go that stupid, but has, like, it's written from the same age and doesn't quite manage to do that kind of silly. Have you ever heard of the Lensman series?
I have actually been very much interested in reading Lensman. I have never gotten around to doing so, but that might be something I read after Asimov.
It is what's one that I like because it comes up with a few ideas that, like, they still stand the test of time. Some of them are really, really stupid, mind you, but some of them are things.
Well,
that,
if you think about it, some of crap, his name is escaping me. Wrote 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. God, what's his name? Voyage to the Center of the Earth, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. What is it? Something to the moon. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
I vaguely get who you're talking about, though I don't recall the name.
Yeah, I don't recall his name.
Myself.
Like, a lot of his stuff's really stupid, too, but you gotta remember when these were written. The ones I just mentioned were all written in the 1800s, and the ones Lensman and,
April 3rd, originally published around April 1934. So between 1934 and about 1954.
right.
So.
And then Isaac Asimov was the 1940s, 50s, and I think 60s.
This guy predates Asimov, but it was just I loved the idea behind it just because it asked a question that.
I need to go. Okay, I need to go deal with that before I buy anything more.
Skin Rash.
No, it's
Haunted.
Yeah, Haunted is what just tricked me just now. I need to go to the Call for the Priest as soon as possible. Actually, before we do anything, wrong button. One. Already got that on. Don't need that.
Anyway, the thing that I like about Lensman is...
I don't have the chess piece. That sucks. Okay, continue.
It asks and answers a question that a lot more series should. I think, like especially given its conceit. Part of the point of the Lensman is, and this is like brought up throughout the series over and over again, is you want essentially space police. Great, wonderful. You want space police, but how do you make them trustworthy? How do you make a symbol that is completely and utterly not reproducible? How can you make certain so you cannot be faked? That sort of thing.
And I've heard great things about it. I just haven't actually ever read it, and I intend to.
It is a good series, and I good for what it was at the time. Like, you know.
Well, I think it's still highly lauded.
It holds the test of time fairly well, better than a lot of stuff. But it's still one of those things that you have to see and think, okay, there is one or two things that need to pay attention here.
Okay, I don't think I've ever heard him say that before.
Wait, what?
Our hero needs sustenance badly.
Oh, God.
I don't know if I've ever heard him say that before. Let me just point out... Oh my god, really? Oh, wow.
I won't get to see whatever you're wowing at for a
You're
moment.
going to see in a minute. If you okay, you should have seen it by now. I'm gaining 20 max health every encounter.
Yeah.
20. I am a god among men, and I refuse to not be so.
Anyway, yeah, the Lensman stuff is one of the sci-fi ones I rather like. Have you read any Banks?
I don't. Maybe.
Banks.
Name
Consider Phlebas, the Algebraist. He did a whole bunch of
Nope,
sci-fi stuff.
these are not at all. I'm gonna
Hang
heard
on,
of
let me
that.
pull if I can help us. He died just a little while ago, which was a pity, but he wrote a lot of really heavy sci-fi stuff.
See, there's a certain point in sci-fi that I stop liking it, but I think what I like about Asimov is he's an idea man. He makes a lot of very cool ideas and says what if and lets you run with it. So he goes, what if robots, and then instead of having to go, this is how they work necessarily, he goes, what if robots, this is the ramifications on humanity. You know, he goes, what if we could predict humans, and then goes, this is what would happen. What he doesn't do is, what if this very specific scientific theory was a thing, let's talk about how it works.
Oh, yeah, no, that I get where you're going. So
Yeah.
Banks was fun because he created what was called the culture. It's a post-scarcity. They're a space civilization. And it's really hard to describe them because they're not centralized. Like they're almost an anarchic society.
Okay.
And one of the key things is that there's a lot of artificial intelligence in their society, and that artificial intelligence is usually fully sentient and perfectly at home with this, but it's also very frequently not humanoid. Like the culture is known for its flotilla of self-intelligent ships.
Okay.
Often whom have very silly naming structures because they find it amusing.
It's about right. I am being reminded of the, what is it, the Plenipotentiary Dominion from, Shock Mercenary?
I'm trying to remember trying to remember an example. I'm just pulling up a list here because some of them are amusing. Games.
Oh, this was probably a mistake.
Well, for example, there is the general the thing about the culture is they've got like groups, but they don't
Definitely a
necessarily
mistake.
Ooh, you're gonna get clobbered, aren't you?
Quite possibly. Yep. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt a lot.
Ouch.
Man, that... Oh, don't do that to me. Game, you're a dick. You know that? It just stole 2 rings and my dragon shield. I can get them back. I shouldn't
Really
have to.
trying hard to kill you at this point.
It's not trying to kill me. It's just doing unpleasant things. There goes Haunted. Okay. I don't have quite enough money to get rid of some of that stuff, but I could. Like, that's what needs to be understood. I could get rid of that stuff. I just don't want to. Give me my high constitution back.
Many
Dick.
of these blessings are too good
Just
to relax.
don't take my stuff, game. That's mine. Okay, let's get some of my money back. Do I want to go through river? Yeah, let's try to go through river. Yeah, it's stuff, you know. It's just the weirdness in some of these books that, really, we're doing this. It's just this stuff that I don't really expect to see in a book like this, you know. And I guess I can understand it. You know, sex was not really a hugely talked about thing back in that day, so that would result in books that really wanted to talk about it. So, you know, I can understand why it comes up a lot. As I want to talk about it, this is also the culture that brought about Anais Nin and stuff like that. I forget what other book of the period.
Here's a couple of examples of culture ship names. The ships are piloted by, I was looking at the term, they call them mines, like capital M mine.
Okay, that's
so you've
about
got
right.
they've got the experiencing a significant gravitas shortfall, the lasting damage 1, 2, and 3. Hand me the gun and ask me again.
The serial peacemaker.
I said I've got a big stick.
The touch and go.
You're getting the idea, yeah.
Actually, I was naming all the ships I just named are all from Shock Mercenary.
Yeah, but it's the same idea. Like they're the same. The thing you have to understand. The thing you have to understand about the culture is that the culture and the minds in the culture are that they're the kind of people who would name the ship the completely invincible 14.
Well, in Schlock, the plenipotentiary. God, I can't remember the full way the words pronounced, but the plenipotentiary dominion or whatever it is. Every ship and every base and everything is always 2 words. The first one starts with P, and the second one starts with D. Always, because the leader of the Dominion's name is Petey.
Right.
So it's this hello, hi, let's do it. Oh my god, it finally gave me the blood crescent.
Oh dear.
And I am actually in a position to use it really good. Okay, what do we got here? Anything? Okay, you know, we're going to buy the mace just to get it out of the deck. Buy the shield breaker, out of the deck.
Interesting choice.
Spores helmet, out of the deck. Heavy armor, out of the deck.
Good with that.
And we'll also go ahead and buy shit tons of supplies.
The other thing about the common ship thing is they identify by ship type, as in like the type of like literally the type of thing the ship was manufactured for, and class, which is really more of a job description.
Gotcha.
So the most common you're going to see is the GSV, the General Service Vehicle.
Okay.
Or General Systems Vehicle. They can be mobile habitats, factory ships. They're the largest kind of ship you'll find. LSVs are small versions, limited contact units, general contact unit for talking and for exploration and talking to people, GOUs, general dedicated warships. Then you get like the classes. They can also be things like, because they don't have a centralized government, mines can sometimes just say, okay, screw this, I'm going for a while, and then just screw off for a couple 100 years.
It's about right.
So, and the ships that do that are said to have gone eccentric.
Both ways.
They're not
I
insane.
can agree with that.
They're not insane, and they need. I was going to say literally, they probably wouldn't meet the requirements of insane in most cases, but they're a little strange in the head. But
By the way, not to put too fine a point on it, but I have 500 health.
yeesh. Wait, does that mean you maxed out now?
I don't think so. I think it's not. I lost a little bit of food, so it went back down a little bit.
We'll find out in a moment.
Yep.
But then you get other ones that are called, like, they call themselves troubadours, mountains. And then you get the really fun ones that call themselves torturers and psychopaths.
I've met some of those. I'm fighting 2 of them right now. I think I've met their kids, because this can't be the first king and queen I fought. Hi, this is my sword. This is my sword. My sword is amazing.
Anyway, but yeah, I recommend looking up some of this stuff. If you want later, I'll give you some lists because they're self-contained by and large. They do make like a couple of references, but each of them is sort of its own thing, which also makes explaining them a little difficult.
I gotcha. No, health is not capped at 500.
Well, there you go then.
Okay, let's see. What do we got? You have nothing I want. Why is all of your stuff shitty?
Because you bought everything else.
That's not the answer I want to hear.
You think that will help you?
Oh no, I can't buy the Mortal Whimsy. By the way, I just bought the, So I just bought the Enormous Shield. I'm actually, for the time being, going to go ahead and equip the Kraken's Wrath Mask. So, current plan is that we're going to go ahead and fight the Desert Cults. Not giving blood, because that could do permanent damage to me, and that would be a lot of damage if they really wanted to. So Kraken's Mask says anytime I get hit, it has a chance to instantly kill whoever hit me. The shield is going to increase the amount of defense I have by a fair margin. So that's really gonna, like... Okay, you can just die. So what this means is I can actually face soak damage and potentially just get kills out of it. Would you stop that? Now, if you're going to ask me, am I actually going to do that, the answer is probably not, because I am taking a fair amount of damage at this point in the game, but I have the option, and that's what's important. It's always important to have options in life. That said, I don't necessarily mind taking a little bit of damage to force a kill. Especially if it's like a ranged attack. Well,
You just try to block that unblockable attack.
No. If that's what you thought you saw, you're wrong. But did you see what the result was of me trying to block that unblockable attack? Hint, I'm going to remind you that I'm at full health. And also that the guy who shot me died. This is just so wrong. There's no reason this should be working. Mako, we're going to have to do another episode of this run. This run just keeps going. Oh, this is going to hurt. Ow. Oh, that's... Oh, come on. Stop taking my shit, game. No, you can't have my weapon. Go away.
All sorts of
I've got 2 levels before a guaranteed smite, so I'll probably do one more floor here. I want to fight the King of Skulls. Okay. Oh, wait, sorry. No, no, game. Don't make me face things other than a really hard boss. Please don't make me fight these enemies who I can kill with my back, with my, like, hand stab behind my back. Please don't throw me in that briar patch. Is it politically correct to reference that movie?
Not in the slightest.
Like, not even referencing anymore? We can't even make that comment?
If people get what that comment's referencing, I will actually be legitimately surprised.
I will be, yeah. Well, I don't think... The thing is, that phrase I made, though, is one of the most famous references to that. Wow, I just gained a lot of health back. Jesus. What caused me to get so much health back? I'm curious. Because that was a lot more health than I was expecting, I'll be honest.
Plus 90-something health when you killed him.
Yeah, well, it's some of that health came back because I got my 6th kill of the round, but that was a lot more than I was expecting to get back, so... It must be a ring of some sort. And there's some more health. Please, sir, keep on cursing me. We'll take Fool's Gold because reasons. And 3 more gain cards to get another equipment. Hey, look, there's that Mortal Whimsy I didn't want. Gain 10 health. Okay. Oh, that's part of it. When I gain health, I gain more health because something's happening. Got it. Sure, I'll wager 20 gold. Why not?
A choice. Select your desire.
Ooh, I got health. Lost in the desert. Now, what one person told me, and I'm really hoping I actually get to try this out, one of our viewers informed me... Man, I'm going to lose more equipment, huh? Lose 6% of my food. Hello there! Hi! When did you become a regular enemy type? And how do I get more of you? Mako, we're fighting hell monsters as a regular enemy type. Yeah.
What the?
These spawned out of the monster deck.
That's...
I'm excited. That is amazing. Please, more. Please, keep more adding... Please, more enemy types. Not that they're hard to fight, but damn. I like it.
You know, we've been lost in the desert so many times, you'd figured we know our way around by now.
Yeah, someone said in the comments that it is possible to get more than one of a unique item.
Huh.
So I actually am really hoping we start seeing some of that. Alter, help the locals. I kind of want to help the locals, so let's go in that direction. Should I risk getting cursed?
Step through. If you dare.
Well, everything else has been a risk so far. I don't know.
Going for it. Wow. Damn.
Not so good then?
Survey says... Oh, you son of a bitch! You asshole!
Did you just get smoked?
Oh my god!
Wait. Did that thing just consume all of your blessings?
All of my blessings. All of them. It took all of my blessings.
Now,
I keep on discovering new shit this game can throw at me. And we got a curse. Our weapon does less damage. That's fine.
on the table.
What do we got?
Let us see how you deal.
Standard shop. Okay, guys, when we catch you guys next time, we're going to see what happens when now I have no blessings. We'll see you soon.